Welcome back to another edition of the Pitch Putt and Puff Podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. Before we get rolling with our guest this evening, just want to do a couple quick shout outs. First and foremost, we got to give a shout out to Golfer CBD USA on Instagram, golfercbd.com. Make sure you guys check these guys out. What they're doing is introducing a range of naturally sourced products, enhancing golfers' playing skills and capability during their training process, game preparation, performance, and relaxation. Developed and produced by golfers for golfers. Used and supported by performance and professional golfers across the U.S. and Europe, Golfer CBD is manufactured in the USA. It's also introducing a new essential to every golfer's toolkit, Golfer CBD. These products are formulated by golfers for golfers every phase of your game. Preparation, performance, and recovery. The Golfer CBD line includes only ingredients necessary to enhance your game and strengths that work. All the products are THC-free, so competitive golfers can be sure they're not violating any rules. Make sure you check out golfercbd.com. Use promo code PPP10 for 10% off. Check them out on Instagram at Golfers USA, Golfer CBD USA, as well as their international Golfers CBD EU. Appreciate those guys supporting the podcast. Also, check out 420 Bliss, located at 740 Hoosick Road in Troy, New York, right up in the Walmart Plaza. Make sure you check them out. Everything you're looking for, flowers, they got the pre-rolls, edibles, tinctures, vapes, you name it, they got it. So make sure you go and check them out. Also, if you want to check them out online, get delivery, 420-bliss.com. Make sure you check them out there. They do have a delivery service. Their Instagram, the 420 Bliss Troy was recently blocked by Instagram. So check out 420 Bliss New York on Instagram. And then Trouble Off the Tee. TroubleOffTheTee.com. You got promo code RGB for 15% off site-wide. Promo code PUFF for buy one, get one free on the polos coming to an end. So make sure you take advantage of that one, as well as the book. Make sure you read the book or listen to the book, audio version available on Spotify. Written by Marty Minden, narrated by Jake Adams from Country Club Adjacent. So make sure you give that a listen and support Marty and the crew at Trouble Off the Tee. We're going to take a quick break here, and we'll get into our guest. CalyFx. And welcome back to the Pitch Putt and Puff Podcast. Once again, my name is Roger, aka RGB. Tonight I'll be introducing the guys from CalyFx. We got Dennis and Richard. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Raj.
Yeah. Like I said a few minutes ago, I heard about you guys through some of my people out in Cali, Brian Athey, the Legends golf crew. Really interested to hear what you guys are all about. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourselves and how the brand started?
Yeah, so the brand is called CalyFx, which is a mixture of Cali, which is the female organ of the hemp plant, and then FX are the effects that can happen from that. So CalyFx, and that we're based in California, so it's kind of that's kind of a play on words there. CalyFx, the effects of the female organ of the plant. The company was started, actually, I owned a .com back in the day, and I retired. And on the way back on a flight, I started reading about hemp and what hemp can do. And my brother was autistic, and he suffered from epileptic seizures. And so, and then if you ever see anybody doing an epileptic seizure, it's probably the worst, especially a loved one. It's the worst experience ever, when they're just helpless, kind of bounce around every muscles, flexing and all that kind of stuff. And it was just terrible. And my folks never believed in marijuana or hemp or anything like that. We never smoked the stuff. And it turns out that plant would have saved my brother's life. But they went through modern medicine, and they were giving him all kinds of pills and specialty stuff and treatments and stuff like that. It ended up wiping out his heart, wiping out his liver, his kidneys. And so I'm on an airplane flying back, and I read about this hemp. And I thought it was kind of interesting. So we went out, we hired some of the best doctors in the world, and started doing more and more research on what hemp can do. And so we formulated the company and made a bunch of these formulations. And it's just amazing what the products are doing. Everything from any kind of Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or all these kinds of diseases, hemp seems to help all that, especially with pain, right? From fibromyalgia to arthritis to you name it. These hemp and these natural ingredients, there's actually a homeopathic way of doing this stuff. And so that's when we developed the products. And ever since the products are, a lot of people are getting off pain medicine completely, off sleeping pills completely, off all these different things just by using natural hemp products.
Yep.
So we're really excited about the different stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy how much of like just me, like I've been involved in cannabis for about 20 years, but I never really knew the like CBD side of it and stuff like that. Like that wasn't really a big thing until maybe 10 years ago, especially around here. And recently I pulled a muscle or something in my back a few months back, and I was like, all right, let me give some CBD cream a try. And I didn't know if it was good because I smoke THC all the time, so I didn't know if it was really going to be too effective. And when I slapped some of the stuff on my back within a couple hours, I was like, I forgot my back was bothering me because it just the pain kind of went away. I also have a friend who has Parkinson's. He started doing gummies, and all of a sudden his pain is less tolerable. He doesn't get the tremors as much. It's the little things, a little plant, the capabilities of it, and the things it can do for so many people in so many different ways is really amazing.
Yeah, no, it really is, and it's all natural. It matches the body almost perfectly. The whole endocannabinoid system was named after cannabis, right? And when they started developing it, they realized all these health benefits. And as soon as they started realizing all the health benefits, that's when the federal government made it illegal.
Yep.
As soon as they started realizing this.
Yep.
Luckily now it's getting categorized, and more people are going to be open to it because it's now legal.
Mm-hmm.
But hemp has always been legal, right? In all 50 states. And, people are trying to get used to it and trying it, and they're amazed that it, you can't say it because the FDA has all these rules,
right.
But it's, there are people reporting that it's curing these things. And that would be amazing, right? To cure these diseases as opposed to fix them forever, put them on a regimen. Yeah.
Right. It's just the problem with the federal government and everything else is obviously they got to get their cut out of everything. So once they can figure out how to get their cut, all of a sudden it's easy to legalize. Like in New York, we're about 2 years in on legalization right now. I mean, it's been a long time up here. But now when I go to a dispensary, I'm probably the youngest person in there, and everybody's going in for, oh, can I get some topicals or can I get some edibles to help me sleep? And it was such a stereotype before, oh, you're a stoner or this and that. Now it's just it's so more acceptable, which is crazy just to see the transition in such a few years.
Yeah, 100%. It's an exciting time though.
Right. Now you guys were nice enough to send me a nice little care package. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the products?
Well, we have a whole line of products. First thing we have is like vapes. So we have them in vapes. We also have them in a tincture. So you can either vape it. Now, when you vape it, the effects happen really quickly, like within 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Yeah. If you're not into vaping, and again, these vapes are not like your tobacco vapes, where they all PG and VG in it and a bunch of artificial stuff. This is all natural, all from the hemp plant, and it's all plant-based terpenes and all that kind of stuff. So you can smoke it. You don't have to worry about any kind of lung disease or something like that. But if you smoke it, it goes to your bloodstream very quickly. So if you're in pain and you want to eliminate the pain quickly, you would want to vape, right?
Right.
What we have it for anxiety, for example, for sleep, for losing weight. People don't realize, they think that you smoke marijuana or hemp and you get the munchies. In actuality, if you tweak the terpenes a little bit, it actually makes you not hungry, and it will rebalance the gut. And so your body won't give you fake signals that you're hungry when you're not.
Okay.
Then you have energy, which is our endurance product. That helps you. It's a great pre-workout. It's a great post-workout. Helps so you don't have as much lactic acid buildup, so your pain and your muscle recovery is much faster.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have it for sex, for libido, especially in women. It's an amazing product for women, but also helps the man with blood flow and sensuality and stuff like that. Gotcha. And then finally, we have our relief product, which, like I said, is for arthritis, fibromyalgia, joint pain, things like that. And you can either do it in a vape or you can do it in a tincture, or you just put it to your tongue. And so, And it's the same effects, whether you want them in a gummy, whether you want them in a vape, whether you want them in a tincture, it's all available, right? We also have topicals, like you talked about, for back pain, knee pain, wrist pain, anything like that. This is you spray it on, rub it in, and it just immediately goes to work. Gives you that nice heat, helps lower the inflammation, and like that.
Nice. So I'm about to take a puff here. I got the blueberry one. What's the main? This says it's a full spectrum. Delta 8, is that what that the triangle symbol means, right? Delta 8.
Yeah. So you have Delta 8. Delta 8 means it's derived from hemp.
Okay.
It's a THC product, but it's derived from hemp. So you don't have, it's 50 state legal, right?
Yep.
And then you also have, in the markets where you're allowed THC, we sell THC. In the markets you're not allowed THC, only hemp. That's our THC product that's derived from hemp.
Gotcha.
So it's legal in all the states as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, this thing tastes magnificent, the blueberry one for sure. The wife's getting the sex one. I don't know. I know that for
there
sure.
You go. Yeah. you got to be careful. You better be ready. You may want to take some endurance.
Man, maybe I'll have her smoke this, and before you know it, I'll get a sponsor by Bluetooth or something.
There you go. And then what we've been able to do in the drink, which is our new hot product, we've been able to emulsify the molecule down to sub-nano size. So you don't taste any hemp at all. We also have it in THC, which is a smaller bottle. But these are the molecules are so small you can't taste anything. So you get all the benefits of hemp without any aftertaste, any bitterness. Mm-hmm. And it turns out we also add electrolytes. But this bottle, there's 2 servings in a bottle, and it's 20 calories per serving. So the whole bottle would have 40 calories. But if you compare that to Gatorade, that's something like 150 calories.
Sure.
And here, there's no artificial flavors, no artificial colorings, nothing's artificial. And it's an amazing hydration product. It actually gives your cells the cell level nutrients. Mm-hmm. So your inflammation is reduced, your hydration is advanced, your electrolytes are on fire, and it's only 20 calories, but it's sweeter than most drinks. Nice. And that's done from pure natural cane sugar. Yeah. So rather than use any artificial sugars or anything like that, we've been able to make it so just a little bit of sugar goes a long way. And if you try it, have you tried this drink yet?
No, I've been waiting to try it until I got you guys on. So I'm going to crack it. It's been in my fridge over here for about a week.
We have a strawberry and we have a mango.
Oh, yeah, you don't taste it a bit. This is a strawberry lemonade here.
Yeah.
This is delicious. This is absolutely delicious. Wow.
And if you mix it with a vodka or a tequila, a lot of people use the mango and mix it with tequila. You can drink all day long, and you're so hydrated, you won't get a hangover in the morning.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's a great mixer too. Yeah.
That's awesome, because I remember I had years ago a buddy of mine. He lived out in Arizona, and he came back with to New York. We had a guys' weekend up here in New York, and he came back with some THC lemonade, something we just never seen it before. It was just probably 10, 11 years ago now, and I took like a little shot glass of this thing, and for like the remainder of the night, I had that like THC like taste the film, like I just ate like a pack of edibles. And I was like, dude, and then I started getting into the whiskey to try to get the taste out of my mouth, and ended up going to sleep about 7 o'clock, but that's a whole different story. This is nice, though, that you don't have that. This literally tastes like just the regular strawberry lemonade, like you'd mix up yourself kind of thing. This is really good.
And hemp is actually harder to mask than THC. So, it's just a great, and it's a performance beverage too. So it's way more than just something that tastes good.
Yeah, I can
it's got a lot.
See that on the golf course. This would be a perfect drink for a nice hot day on the golf course for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's the CBG? What is that?
Well, CBG is the stem cell of the plant. So that's actually a grass ingredient, and that goes through the body, and that'll turn into whatever your body may need. So it turns into CBD, or it can turn into a THC, and that kind of stuff. So that's the beginning of it's the basic part of a hemp plant. So you get all the natural parts of the whole plant, and it's a CBG before it turns into all this other stuff.
Gotcha. Now, Richard, how did you get involved with CalyFx?
Well, approximately a little over a year ago, I shared the beverage with a friend of mine, and I gave him a case. He was gonna have a barbecue, and I didn't even know he was into organizing golf tournaments. We were looking at a totally different business, and I left a case of beverages, and he said, "Oh, cool. I'm gonna share it. At a barbecue. I'll get back to you next week. See what the people think." So the following week, he reached back to me, and he said that this gentleman, you guys might have heard of him before, Ron Brown. He's a Olympic gold medalist back in the Carl Lewis, I think 1988 Olympics.
Okay.
And so Ron Brown wanted to find out who made this drink and who he could speak to regarding the beverage. So we set up a meeting. Dennis, we brought Ron Brown into the meeting, and during the meeting, he requested for us to call Evander Holyfield. So we got on the line with Evander. We sent him samples shortly after. Dennis was out meeting with Evander and his people out in Florida. And right at that moment, the gentleman that I shared the beverage with, he came on and said, "Well, I organize golf tournaments. Why don't we start putting it out in the golf, out in the course and sharing it with the golf community?" So at that point, it took off, and it's been a really nice hit. The golf community, all the different groups are just really excited about the beverage, the product line. So it's one of the favorite holes when they come. It's like, "Oh man, CalyFx, let's go." And so, it's just been a lot of fun. There's just so many people that have really attached to the CalyFx brand. I make it their watering hole. I roll out the carpet and tell them, "Come, come taste the beverage." And people, whether it's business people or people in the music and artist industry, are tagging in with us and helping us expand the brand. So it's just been really exciting. Like you mentioned, Brian Nathy was one of the guys that when I first met him, I mean, he's such a great guy, very personable.
Absolutely.
He did one of my first videos on the beverage, and you see Brian Nathy, the guy's just a great guy. Then again, all of them, all the guys out there, Carlos Iglesias from MAGA, American Golf Association. He's a friend of mine from God Word Kids, and he's the president of the Mexican American Golf Association. Okay. He's the one that really kind of opened the door for me to meet Ernie Baltira. He runs Majestic Golf Tournaments. Okay. And that's how it all started. Now we have a bunch of just great guys with an amazing vibe. The guys from Raza Golf, Los Golferos, Happy Hour Golfing. Shout out to my guy Zeus. He is just, all these guys are just amazing guys. And we're just having a great time. It's getting really busy because now other groups are like reaching out. "Hey, I want you to do my tournament. I want you to do my tournament." So now it's like, where I have to start looking for some good help to help with the expansion. But the product line is where it's all at. All the success we're achieving is due to the product line. The beverage is a winner.
I mean, this thing will sell itself, no doubt about it. One sip of this, it's going to sell itself. Like, I'm ready to crush this whole bottle right now. It's delicious.
Yes. We do a lot of events. CalyFx has been doing all the big events in Las Vegas, throughout the country. the big musical events,
Festivals, the music
festivals.
Yeah, it's festivals. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
recently we did the Cali Vibes out here in Long Beach, and it was a 3-day festival, and it was just
That's awesome.
amazing, beautiful.
I seen you at a tournament recently with my man from Sons of Anarchy. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking.
Emilia Rivera.
Yeah. That was cool, man. That was one of my favorite shows of all time. I was like, oh man, that's dope. Hanging out with my man from the Mayans.
The Mayans and
Yeah.
his guys, all his guys are so cool. Everybody out there, you know, the ladies playing golf are just really into it.
Yep.
You know, I am really glad that, you know, there's just a great group of people, but the vibe, and especially for me, it's a lot of fun because you see the enjoyment, you see them enjoying a great product. This is a great beverage, and for me, it's just fun just sharing it with them.
Right.
And it's just, you know, it's just growing, and you know, we're gonna keep going until the wheels fall off.
It's the only way to do it, man. It really is. It's just everything. It's a grind. People don't realize it, but like really getting the name of it, starting up and getting the name out, and working the social media end, and like you guys going to different events and music festivals and golf tournaments. It's a grind. It's not like sit back and post a couple of videos and make something happen. You got to really put some time and effort into it to get it off the ground.
Yeah, but it's a fun project.
Oh yeah,
letting people know and let them feel the effects. That's the most fun about it. When they come in with our, we have these boxers that come in their hands. You know, in the old days they didn't take their hands correct,
right.
And a lot of people, they haven't opened their hands fully since then, right? And they'll try our relief product and they open their hands for the first time and they're shocked. In fact, President Fox of Mexico, I was with him and his wife, and he had a back issue. And we sprayed the relief spray on him, and his wife rubbed it in, and he said, oh my God, I feel all the pain's gone, right? And she looked at her hands because she had arthritis.
Mm-hmm.
Her hands were wide open, and she couldn't believe her hands. So, you know, when people do that, when they give you that feedback, there's nothing like it. People that haven't opened their hands in years, they can't, arthritis pain is debilitating, and they try this product and they're just amazed. Or they sleep for the first time, right? And, you know, because your body, you know, gets used to all these, you know, all the drugs, and it doesn't work anymore, right? They can become not effective. But with our sleep products and these natural remedies, they start sleeping, and they tell her the first time they started dreaming. You know, they don't have PTSD anymore. You know, you see things like that, and that just makes it, you know, more of a passion than just trying to sell some product.
Yep. So I'm really excited. I got a sample of the single dose sleep. So what I do is I work for a beer distributor, and I get up at about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, to go in for work for about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I'm out by noon every day. I get the golf every day, so it's the perk of the job. But some nights I just can't. I'll be doing stuff. My mind will be racing. I can't sleep. So I'm like really like interested in trying out the sleep, the single dose sleep to see how effective it is. Because there's nights where I'll sit here and I'll watch the same Chicago PD or Blue Bloods rerun 30 times or Sports Center on loop, and I'm just looking at the clock and it's 20 minutes till I got to get up to go to work, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
so,
just crack that. Put it under your tongue. You got to put it under your tongue. Right?
Okay.
A lot of people put it on top of something, but you got to get it under your tongue so it can go sublingual through the body.
Yeah.
And don't swallow it. Just let it dissolve naturally, and your body will actually absorb all of it. And do that about 20 minutes, 25 minutes before you want to go to sleep, and you'll be amazed at how that works.
Now, do you have any, like, so sometimes, like when I take edibles, for example, I'll wake up and have like I call it the weed hangover, where I'm still a little groggy, I'm still a little bit tired. Does any of this, like with the sleep drops, do that kind of thing, or I wake up like feeling refreshed?
You'll feel amazing. You wait till you try it. You'll wake up totally refreshed. Which one do you have? A Delta 8, or do you have?
I have the THC single dose.
Okay, so that'll just knock you right out, and you will wake up refreshed and good to go.
Awesome.
You love it.
Awesome. Yeah. I might get into some of that this evening for sure. Yeah, I'm excited to definitely. Now, what's nice too about this, your THC drinks.
Yeah.
We can only get like 10 milligram drinks up here, 5 to 10 milligrams. I think you can only buy, it's like a package, a 4-pack or whatever. So to have 30 in there is definitely a big difference. Even for the size of the bottle, it's like a perfect dosage for it.
But these are nano, so it's more effective. Well, try it. I mean, it's more effective than, is that a mango you're drinking?
Correct. Yep. Mango.
So you'll be able to taste the mango flavor. They taste about the same, whether it's hemp or with THC.
Yeah, I don't taste any of the THC at all.
Yeah, and it's very refreshing. All the electrolytes are in it. It's the same formulation. It's just rather than CBG, it's got the THC in it. But it'll be more effective because it's nanoparticles, so super small. So it's more absorbent, bioavailability, things like that. So you'll enjoy that too.
So I'm learning a lot. Like I've interviewed a bunch of different people from the cannabis world, the CBD world and stuff. And what you're telling me I'm learning is like the more you break the product down and get it to just dissolve into the bloodstream, and the more effective it's going to be, is what it sounds like you're telling me.
Well, yes and yes, but what happens is, are you familiar? You're familiar with the endocannabinoid system?
A little bit. I mean, I'm not rocket scientist, but a little bit.
Yeah. So you basically have these 2 receptors in the body which make up the endocannabinoid system. And just imagine a cell is like everything else. It needs to eat and it needs to excrete, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the body, what it excretes is the nutrients that create signals with the body to make certain medicines, right? All the medicines we buy are naturally made within the body. But if your cells are inflamed, meaning they're either inflamed on the mouth, the intake side or the exit side, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if the cell itself, especially the receptor cells, whose job it is to monitor the body, right? But if that cell can't get nutrient, if it's inflamed on the intake, the cell's not going to work, right? But it also can be inflamed on the exit. It's not going to work.
Right.
So what CBD does is actually almost like a cleaner that removes that inflammation so the cell can start to function. Then when you add in the terpenes and these other nutrients, the cell then gets nourished. If the cell gets nourished, what it exits out of the cell is the dopamine and the signaling to the rest of the body to make the dopamine and these different medicines that your body likes. So all CBD and THC, for that matter, THC deals with the CB1 receptor, the CBD and CBG and stuff like that is the CB2 receptor primarily. They both absorb different things, but primarily. So as long as you can leave that cell open, taking in nutrients, because once it takes in nutrients, it comes, basically the CBD molecule, the whole spectrum molecule, I should say, comes into the cell, gets it open, gets into that cell, opens it up, and starts feeding it. As it does that, an enzyme, the body will make an enzyme, will come around and dissolve that molecule, and that's what turns that cell off from working. So it's an on-off switch within the body. So what we do when we make a smaller particle is the surface area is, it's like sand. We can kind of stay within that cell longer before the enzyme can dissolve it. Mm-hmm. That's why it works better if you have a smaller particle. That's why it works. It's not necessarily that it goes in the bloodstream easier or stuff like that. But when we attach to a receptor cell, we want to stay in there longer so that the cell makes a lot more medicine, if you will, that goes then through the body. We got to do it long enough so that the enzyme doesn't wipe it away right away. Well, gotcha. You get high. Yeah. The CB1 receptor, you get high with THC because it is tighter in the CB1 receptor, making that cell overwork, which makes you high.
Okay.
Right? That's how it's set up. So make these molecules smaller. It takes longer for the enzyme to dissolve it, which makes it work more.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. What else did you guys throw in this nice little package here for me? Let's see. We got the chill. It's a full spectrum. The CalyFx chill with the little battery there.
Here you go.
Yeah, so that's a chill. That'll allow you just to completely relax. That also helps with sleep, by the way.
Okay.
So you can use that. You can use your sleep tincture, and you can smoke a little bit with that chill, and
Nice.
you'll have a very restful sleep. And you wake up, you'll be amazed how you wake up.
Yep. I do have the sleep hemp extract tincture here as well, the Delta 8-1 and the pain relief spray. So what's nice too is you guys have something for everything, literally for every situation you're going to be in. So you got the social aspect of it, the single dose. So if you know people with that social anxiety, you can wipe that right out. The focus, you know, a lot of people are out there, especially on the golf course. Focus, like the focus for a full 18 holes. I wish I did it the other day. I would have shot the best round of my life, but one
That's
bad hole ruined it.
HDHD. That also helps with ADHD.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then relief. Everybody out here, all the guys I play with, we're over 40. You're going to need that pain relief. I mean, you're literally covering every aspect with what you guys are doing for people, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. What can we expect from CalyFx in the future here?
Well, we have a lot of new products coming out. We have a network now that we're building. There are doctors all over the world now reaching out to us that have a formulation for more specific. These are general in nature, but each one of these, there's like specifically for I can't say it, PhD, different kinds of ailments. We can take these base products and make them more specialized, and go more and more towards cures of specific ailments rather than just the general ailments. So we're excited about that. And then we have a bunch of different ways of getting the product out. We built these double-decker buses where we have testing lounges, and we can show people. They can come in at different marathon events or even cannabis events, and they come up and they can try the products firsthand. Because there's nothing like it. You know, a lot of people say they can do a lot of things, but when people come into the bus with fibromyalgia or arthritis or PTSD, that's the word I was trying to get to, PTSD.
Yeah.
And they start feeling it right away, feel the effects. That's kind of, we got to kind of get and let people try it, because sometimes they don't believe it.
I can tell you right now. I mean, I've only taken a few sips of this, but I do feel like I mean, we're 20 something minutes in here, and I feel the effect of like just the relaxation of my body right now, like just ready to go and sit on the couch, watch a movie, and pass out. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, it does that, but you can also do the energy, pop right back up.
Yeah. I don't need that right now. I got to get up soon.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What I wanted to share, we are in talks with the large distributor. Hopefully, get it out to all the supermarkets out here in Southern California, and hopefully move into Arizona, Nevada, and any help we can get from the East Coast. We're ready to rock and roll.
Stay before we end this. Stay on the air, because I'd like to talk to you guys about something to see if I can help you out on that end. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate everything you guys sent me. I'm really going to bring this to the guys on the course. We play every Sunday. It's 8 guys out there having a good time. I'm gonna bring these guys out some samples and have them test some products. Richard, thank you for the cigars as well. Shout out on those. We'll be enjoying those on a nice day out in the course. It's funny too, because you sent me I'm a huge Miami Hurricanes fan. Like, if I show you my man cave right now, there's Miami Hurricane stuff all over the place. And you sent me the Leon Cersei cigar, and I'm like, oh shit, that's my guy. Yep, yes. Steelers. Yep.
Steelers, my guys out in Orlando, Florida, they have their cigar line, the Perfect Round. Actually, Howard G Cigars, and actually Howard and Leon Cersei and Mike Taylor from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
Where they're helping us out with the distribution for our beverages out in Florida. So they're looking for a distributor. Howard G Cigars right there for my guy. And so we're doing some great collaboration with some good people out there, and I think we're gonna get there soon.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a really, like I said before, I mean, you guys covering literally all the bases. Like, it doesn't even need just to be a golf thing. Like, this is with the social, help you with your social anxiety, help you with your sleep, your recovery. Like, this is what people nowadays are looking for. And it's not just like, the younger kids. It's the older people as well. You see them, my mother takes CBD gummies every once in a while to sleep. My father takes them for pain. If I told you, my parents are so old school. If I told you 10 years ago that they'd be taking CBD, they'd be like, I'm going to go to jail. Oh my gosh, what is this?
Exactly.
But now it's like, hey, can you get me do you have any gummies I can get off here? And this and that. I'm like, yeah, I got it. Here's a pack of gummies. Leave me alone. But they like them though. They enjoy it. Like, I don't think my mother would ever walk into a dispensary and get something, but if I gave her, here's a pack of gummies, so, oh, thanks, they'll last them 3 months. So, but it's cool to see that it's just becoming so much more acceptable, especially up here in New York. It's been a long time coming up here. I mean, you guys have been enjoying it out there in Cali for a while, but now that we're finally getting a taste of some freedom in the cannabis world, and that's the thing too, like cannabis, CBD, and golf. Those are things that bring so many people together from so many different walks of life. You could have, like, you go out on a golf course, you could be playing with a 20-year-old, a 70-year-old, and someone playing for their first time, and you go out there and you could have the best time of your life. You go out and you smoke a joint or something, all of a sudden everybody starts to circle over, and it's just a bunch of random people. It's a couple things that really just bring everybody together. It's pretty cool.
That's exactly right.
Pretty cool. I really appreciate you guys coming on. Where can they find you?
Well, you can find it at CalyFx.com. They can follow us on social media, which is CalyFx US. Tell us their stories. If they post something, we usually send out a little care package for them to try it and tell people about it. Because people need to know that the stuff works.
Yeah.
And so getting them to try it is kind of all we're looking for. So yeah, if they want to be involved, they want to participate, they want to join the movement, if they come by where our buses are, if they follow us, they'll get our schedule where our buses are. And every event that we do, it's always a hospitality for anybody that follows us. And they can come in, they can try the products, they can enjoy the festivals on the second floor, look out, there's always a bar there. It's nice.
That's awesome. Richard, what's the next golf tournament you're going to be at?
This Saturday, I'll be doing the custom sticks tournament.
Yes. Shout out Paul, man. Paul's a great guy. He's been on the podcast.
Mendoza, yes. We'll be at Casino Morongo's golf course, Tuckwed classic golf course. Beautiful golf course. So we'll be there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Great course. Yeah. So yeah,
I do pretty good out in Cali. I've had a lot of guys. I've had Los Golferos on. I've had the Legends. I've had Paul from Custom Sticks. I've had Omar from the Custom Rag. So I've had a lot of guests out from your guys' way on here. So
great.
Awesome.
Good. It's a great group of guys. They really are. Like Brian Athey as well. Athey and I were trying to connect for a while, and then he made it a point to make time to jump on, which I appreciated so much. And you see how he is on the social media. Like I said, I'm 40. I don't know how to do this social media thing, so I have no problem reaching out to him for some tips, and he's awesome about it. So shout out to Brian. And also shout out to Honey Girl for hooking this up.
Honey Girl, yes.
Got to give her a plug. She's great.
She's so awesome. Yeah.
Super supportive. And what she does is awesome too. I can't wait to have her on and talk about what she does. It's a really cool story.
Absolutely. Also the women's, the only women's golfer group, OG from Only Golfers, great group of ladies. They have a great movement with the ladies program. So it's just really a lot of fun with everybody out there.
Yeah, Ernie and Ernie have been on here as well. Yep, I got them all.
Yes.
So,
all right. Yes.
Got to keep that East Coast, West Coast. But yeah, I'm actually planning on coming out in the fall to play in a Legends event. Just got to figure out timing and scheduling I got a little one, so I got to make sure I don't miss anything important going on in her life. But once I figure out that schedule, I'll be out there to play some golf for sure.
All right, we'll see you out here.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Sounds good. And once again, guys, I really appreciate your time. Make sure you check them out at CalyFx.com. I appreciate all the samples. I'm definitely going to get these in the hands of the boys out there on the course and get their opinions. I'll post some videos for you. Make sure to tag you as well.
All right,
awesome. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
All right.
All righty.
Later. Great episode with the boys from CalyFx. Really delicious products as well. These drinks are top of the line. For sure. Don't forget, though, before we wrap this up, make sure you go check out golfercbd.com, golfercbd USA on Instagram. What they're trying to do is introduce a range of naturally sourced products, enhancing golfers' playing skills and capability during their training process. game preparation, performance, and relaxation. This product is developed by golfers for golfers. Used and supported by performance and professional golfers across the U.S. and Europe, Golfer CBD is manufactured right here in the United States. They're introducing the new essentials to every golfer's toolkit, Golfer CBD. These products are formulated by golfers for golfers. Preparation, performance, and recovery. The Golfer CBD lines includes only the ingredients necessary to enhance your game and in strengths that work. All the products are THC free, so competitive golfers can be sure they won't violate any rules. Really appreciate these guys supporting the podcast. Also, don't forget to check out use the promo code PPP10 for 10% off at golfercbd.com. And then also locally, check out 420 Bliss, 740 Hoosick Road, Troy, New York. Check them out on Instagram, new Instagram page, 420 Bliss New York on Instagram. If you don't feel like leaving the house, they have a delivery service, 420-bliss.com. They'll deliver right to you anywhere within a reasonable radius. Also, Trouble Off the Tee, Marty and Company, TroubleOffTheTee.com. Promo code RGB, 15% off site-wide. Then you have the buy one, get one free offer on the polos with promo code PUFF. So make sure you take advantage of that and take a listen to the audiobook written by Marty Minden, narrated by Jake Adams, available on Spotify. It's a great listen, really going to keep you on the edge of the seat. It's one of those where you're listening in the car, you might drive around the block just to finish the chapter. So take a listen to that. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate the boys from CalyFx for all the samples. This lemonade is fire, as well as the mango THC drink. So shout out to CalyFx for the little care package. And once again, appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with a week. We're going to do the weekly recap, as well as we're going to get into the preview for week 7, Pitch, Putt, and Puff. Talk to you then. Later. Fairway Mike.
Hey, man.
Fairway